Get to 9.
Voila.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Okay. Yeah.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Alert flare.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams.
Gracious.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
On second down, it's Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before.
What did that say? Confused because he's a superstar, but it doesn't have a superstar underneath his.
We're being corralled.
This person.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take down
All right, boys, get that chain.
Fundamental breakdown by the defense.
See what you got.
You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Come on.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on
Hey,
first.
you can't throw on Smith.
And he'll
Come
get
on,
this
baby.
back to the 32-yard
Come on,
line.
Smith. That's why you got that superstar ability.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So after the INT, it's Brady.
Sugar, spice, and everything about this, man.
They sack him back right around the 40-yard line. Samson
Fire.
Abukum. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris
Sonny.
Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Holy
That's going to go down as
sugar.
a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
Damn,
That didn't
bro.
happen in this
See if we
case.
can get
That's
this
why
one.
he got bottled up.
Throwing now is Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before
You know
going
what? I kind
out.
of want to run for this.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make
early.
up there, but what a big-time play for him. Nice completion, excellent game.
D's
Now they're
playing
fourth
well.
and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. They run for it with Carson.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one
There you
down
go,
to
big
the
baby.
15.
Do
Give
your
them
thing.
credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. To throw, it's Brady. And the coverage terrific
That's
there
bad.
as that's knocked
That was a
down
pick
and
six.
incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack,
Oh, man.
knocked that one away.
They spared me on that
Brady's
one.
incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's
Nice.
Carson.
Dude, this
And
defense
they
is
get to him
stingy,
quickly
man.
here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a
Come
short
on, Howard.
gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on
big ass in the end
to
zone.
follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a play fake. Brady.
There you go, big baby.
For a Ravens touchdown.
Hey. Turnover chain worked out.
Touchdown number 23 here on the year.
Starting off early.
His guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. So this drive. Seven plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Let's see what they do here.
Heading back out onto the field.
We got Mr. Teddy Bridgewater. He's 1 for 1
for the game.
for me.
Articles from the local beat writer about the
So let's put some pressure on this young man.
What will they do this offseason? What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one,
let's run another zone. Let's make them run the ball.
Every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some
they're going to run the ball
on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams.
This boy is going crazy.
40 to the 42. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
You must be dreaming. Check 4, check 4.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide.
Shit.
20, 10, and into the end
That man will be fast.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Son of a
Hopkins
bitch.
with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
It's a division matchup. It's not going to come easy. We know that. Our boys are going to work. They're ready for it.
The Raven offense set
We're going to run this damn ball.
Next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Yes, sir.
You go away from
Pound
what
the
you
rock.
did before
Pound the rock.
because that worked, but you have to be prepared for
It's open
wrinkles
out there.
and
It's
counters
open out
because
there.
you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Carson.
Motherfucker.
Maybe a couple up.
Yeah, I gotta start cutting these a little bit. Because there's seams,
partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Carson, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Carson's got those
They have the
wheels.
first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They go play action here on first down.
Get your ass in the end zone, Howard. Get in the end zone.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory.
Let's go. Let's go.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, go 66.
56. Move. Right there, 56. Let's go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Blue down, blue down.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
Oh, that's shitty.
Be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
I met him
To
too.
the 11-yard line.
Damn.
And that's where the return stops. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this
Just
was
got
a
back
case
from
of being
vacay,
a little
man.
bit
You
too
don't gotta-
greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board.
Gotta brush
But give
the-
credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there,
rust off.
battled, and made a key play.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In
shoot.
fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, I went to
I know
Florida
when I
a
was a
little bit
kid, I
ago,
always got
but
real excited when I saw
I
those
played while I
lateral
was there.
type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron.
damn.
He'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
I totally
And
bit
able
on
to
this.
get one
Man, they
across
set that
the
shit up real
45
good.
before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down.
They were running the dickens out of the ball earlier.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll fight his way forward to
It's
about
good
the
tackle, Smith.
48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick
Good
cut on the
shit.
slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out comes the offense onto the field once more, led by O.J.
All right.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that
Damn,
mythological
bro.
thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true,
Oh,
right?
I like this
Because the
one, bro.
interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice
Fuck,
plays.
bro.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because
Yeah.
let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Should have cut it up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Oh, Gordon, you turd sickle.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Caught it, dude.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Best option,
they punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing, Bridgewater. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he hits his tight end, Ebron.
Motherfucker.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33.
Wasn't covered, so I tried to cover him.
And this is one way, work him out of the slot.
Man, that's a big one right there. I shouldn't have been such a turd. Taking a risk.
He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
I haven't played like this in a minute.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's all right. That's all right.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater.
Oh, come on, fellas.
Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Damn, dude. You sauced me. The ground's going nuts.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Gay's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
All right.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down now, it's Carson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Cox.
Holding offense.
Ah, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
Oh,
it's too bad,
see if we can get this one again.
Good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Brady.
Oh, I threw it into quadruple coverage. That's okay. Whatever. I mean, not okay, but
The Rapiers are going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing.
That's a tasty kick.
And formulate a proper plan.
Pretty happy with that one. Not the tastiest of tasties, but
time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
not
stop
this
nearly as
run.
emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they
Thanks,
said,
Mario. You said kick and then tasty automatically came to mind.
Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
Yes, Mr. Mario. It's because we turnover teams.
Cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense
got one
gets
earlier.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On third down, Bridgewater.
Yes, sir.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Yes, sir.
The DN
Do your thing. Do your thing.
making sure his presence is felt.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard.
Just
That will
strutting
guarantee
his
you
stuff.
the defensive side of the ball got super
just
emotional.
blanketed
They come
him.
out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens set up
Great
well
field
to
position.
begin their drive as it'll begin an enemy
Punch it in,
territory already.
boys.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after
Turn a
punting
little bit
last
off
time.
tackle.
See if they can get something going on this
Nah,
drive.
they're shit
As
with
they head
this.
to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. He was
There it
trying
is, there
to
it
find O.J. Howard.
Run it, run it, run it, run it. Cut it up if you have to.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Come on, big baby. Find that end zone. Take it to the crib. Ah!
Takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Oh,
It's a
man.
big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards on the ground. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced in. Let's face it.
And he'll get in.
Do
Touchdown,
yo
Baltimore.
thing, Penny.
Chris
Not
Carson.
Penny, Carson.
With touchdown number 12
Hey,
on the
hey,
year.
hey.
And the Ravens have retaken
I thought they were
the
going to put
lead.
Penny in for a second. Happy they left Carson in.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big
Ooh, did I
play,
miss it?
I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an
All right,
extra
D,
couple
do your
yards
thing.
here for his
Let's do another one of
trouble
these.
as they'll bring this
He
one
wants
out
it.
to the 27.
It'd be a big one. It'd be a heavy chain.
The Steelers offense now,
I know
they head
someone
back
wants it.
onto the field. And
Do
on the last go
your
around, they really couldn't get
job.
anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Barner.
Move the ball at least a few times on offense.
That was
Get a couple
right in
first
his
downs,
nuts. How did
and
he
hopefully
complete
flip
that?
the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for
Fuck them.
here.
We're bringing the blitz.
Took just one
We're bringing the
play to move
dogs.
all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. It's caught.
Golly.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While
Well,
the
you
training
shouldn't have
staff
caught the
takes
ball,
a peek,
homie.
We'll take a break.
I'm sure
So
Dante
not
told you
quite
that
a
over
first
there.
down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Wide, get wide.
They go play action. Bridgewater. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That was well defended. The ball
Big
was
stop.
completion. It resulted in a loss of
Big
yardage.
stop.
It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
What a wonderful
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And
Well,
he's gonna be
Lerner,
taken
Ballberry.
down with the first down at the Ravens 37.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers.
Blow him up,
Set
blow
yourself
him
up
up.
for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Check, check, check. I'm just gonna blanket this dude over here, man.
They give it to Williams, running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Happy Smith, happy. If he goes out to that side, I'm done.
3rd and long for Bridgewater.
Ooh,
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help
big
bring
man
up 4th
almost
down.
had ball.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
No way. No way. If I turned that corner, I had it. Damn it, Ebron. How did he catch him?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
Thanks, J-Mac.
A tight game like this.
It's a tight one. It's a tight one.
Spot for the offense to be in. Even
the first half was rough, man. First half was rough.
So close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
Climb back into
it.
When
you have to take care of your team with play calling as well.
Now we're doing our thing.
Not a lot of counters. Not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
They run again with Carson.
Yes, sir.
He's got a first down and more.
Come on, baby. Do your thing. Do your thing. Whoop. Get in there, boy. Come on. Come on.
Baltimore touchdown. Chris Carson, 83 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
You go.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
Smith, get that chain, baby. I know you want another one.
Try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Here's a throw out wide complete.
That's a big tackle right there.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen.
Huge tackle.
Late game, down on the scoreboard.
Hey,
had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right.
Ooh, I was coming for him too.
Snuff that one out.
Got caught up on my own guy.
Really
lit that man up.
The 39-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Bridgewater again. And his pass incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater, they'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
No way he got that, bro.
First down and more inside the 30, and down to the 16-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. This is Freeman on 1st and 10.
Good shit.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain.
But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise...
Freeman lost.
Let's go!
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, big baby. Come on, big baby. That's a big heavy chain right there.
But that one,
big heavy chain.
Real jeopardy there.
Absolutely, it was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a play fake. Brady.
Get that shit out of her.
Just gets rid of it. Throws it away.
They had that on lockdown.
Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside.
That's right, Mr. Mario. Move the chains. I'm about to make a play. Them boys better already be moving them. Moisty's about to make a play.
The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
No way.
Intercepted. Maybe the turning point.
No way.
Picked off by Jason.
Got a chance, dude.
His crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Whatever. It's basically a punt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their
I don't
next
give
drive.
a rat's
And
toot.
they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much
Fudge out of
emphasis
here,
placed
dude.
on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how
Sugar,
vital
spice,
it is
and everything
to put
nice,
points on
man.
the board.
What the
When you
hell?
get that part of the field and to come away with nothing, that's
Brady has like 2 interceptions this game, man.
And now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Bridgewater.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back.
Idiot.
I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To the air again with Bridgewater. And he's got his target.
Jeez.
And they will eventually get him down.
He said, "Get off me."
Inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught
He's on that man.
for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's
bitch.
not over yet.
Just make me break one of these fucking clipboards. Just
Third down, and they pick up
do what you're fucking doing.
For that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Come on, defense.
They sell that route really well. You think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Now Bridgewater. And he can't
Ha-ha.
throw away.
There you go, big baby.
Down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home on down.
They got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw a quick hit or quick slants. You know, maybe even a quick
Mr.
fade.
Sega.
Was open. He ends up getting sacked.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they
don't
have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts,
dude.
if they can get these stops
These
on
guys
defense,
are just like
all hope
not
is
making
not
it
lost.
easy on me.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Carson. Room here to run.
There you go, big baby.
He goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
There's a train coming through, and his name is Chris Carson.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Steelers down by 12. A little under a minute to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down.
Right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming out to you.
54 Mike.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
Ooh.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the
risque,
contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Bridgewater. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And he connects with Ebron. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We bring in the dogs. We bring in the dogs.
And again, it's Bridgewater.
No way. No way. Oh, my God. I thought he was going to catch that and run.
Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
We're going to bring the dogs again. We're bringing the dogs again.
And they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
JPP.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
I just had to let you know.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Oh, yeah, big baby.
Let's get there.
To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Gotta get one of these.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory.
Hey, go 66.
Brady going to throw here. That's caught by Howard.
Get your big ass in the end zone, Howard. Hell yeah. Why don't you go do your thing? Do your thing. Do your thing.
As the Ravens push further out in front. I tell you, Charles.
Good doo-doo,
You play to
boys.
the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that
Well,
score
I'm happy
late in the
about
game
it, and
with
that's all
already
that
well
matters,
ahead.
okay, Mr. Announcer?
Squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. fantasy owners.
Yeah, dude, game ain't over.
Hey, listen,
Game ain't over.
They're not worried
Play to the
about
whistle.
hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age
I
stuff.
don't give a fuck about
And
your
no run
feelings.
back here. This
Just
will be
kidding.
a touchback, and it comes
Sorry,
out to the
Steelers.
25-yard line.
But yeah, no, I don't care.
Offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big
Wanna
here
destroy
late.
you.
I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember
Oh, I thought I got
we were
that.
down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's
Make
get
it
out of
up.
here and do something some
Maybe
other
next
time."
time.
But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better
Yeah.
as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Charles, we saw a lot of
let's see
points
the
go into
statas.
this one. Certainly
There you go,
defensively,
Smith.
stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points.
Yeah, I had two
even if
turns.